In today's video, we talk about how KZN businessman Calvin Mathibeli has just had his appeal dismissed by the Durban High Court in his defamation battle against our fave, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, the country's favorite police commander. Now, guys, the court did not only refuse this man's application for leave to appeal, but it also ordered him to pay legal costs. Without wasting any more time, let us get into today's video.
Mulini, and welcome to yet another episode of Conversations with Lankosi. Now, this is the news commentary section where we will be offering insightful commentary and exploring various perspectives on the stories that shape our world.
Now, family, just to be clear, I'm not here to dunk on anyone for the sake of it, but also, what are we doing when people think they can outsmart the system, twist the narrative, and play victim on platforms while forgetting the context of the season we're currently in? Because in all honesty, Bandase, the world right now is not about clever headlines and wild claims. We are currently in a season of revelations and deep cleansing. So the courts are low-key reflecting that for a change. Now, let us just unpack this a bit. In February, the same court had ordered Mathibeli to remove defamatory statements that he had published about General Mkhwanazi on social media, radio, television, and other digital platforms. You know, he claimed all kinds of things linking the general to corruption attacks and even hitmen. The police commissioner then took it to court, and the judge found that those claims went beyond freedom of expression and they entered the territory of defamation and damage to reputation. Guys, for the full gist, the link to this article will be in the description box below. Now, back to this video. Calvin then tried to overturn that judgment, and the court said nope. Again, your appeal to undo the original order that said to remove those posts, my friend, it's not happening. Go and remove them, okay? Your bid to take this further because you think this whole thing is unfair is also a big fat no on your end, okay? Because again, the judge was not convinced. A different court would reach a different conclusion. I low-key feel like this man is going to try to, fight it again, but he's going to bump into another egg on his face because, again, why did he not just keep quiet? Nakhona, come I ask you this question, Mr. Mathibeli, if you do come across this video. If you truly believe in your cause, why do you have to wage a battle in the public court of wild claims on social media first? Why not build your truth through evidence and not exaggeration? Why try to outmaneuver the very system you want to take you seriously? It's like people forget that we're not in the era of cheap narratives anymore. We are currently in the era of accountability. Be it physical, digital, public, and legal. And when you step into that arena, you either show receipts or you fold. It's that simple, because the courts aren't here to protect feelings. The courts are here to uphold the law and to maintain order. And in this case, Nganam, they were clear. The allegations were defamatory and harmful to the general's reputation, and making stuff up on social media channels won't fly anymore. In actual fact, those wings were clipped. So if you're out here trying to play victim, trying to outsmart the system to climb on, personal turmoil for clicks, clout, or sympathy, Madala, take the lesson from that ruling. Yokba, in a season like this, the truth matters more than the spin. And the evidence matters more than the vibes. And the courts, yes, even though they're, low-key, slow-paced, They remind us that freedom of speech is powerful, but it is also not a license, to defame. With that being said, please do leave your own, smallanyana opinion regarding this case, because again, it's as if we're seeing a trend of, businessmen and that have been implicated in, obviously Mkhwanazi's press, briefing. Yeah, look, yeah, that obviously led to the birth of the Madlanga Commission. We're currently witnessing these people trying to peddle their own narratives about the general, to discredit his findings instead of pushing a narrative that seconds whatever it is that they're saying, to justify their actions. Instead of doing that, their drive is to discredit the general, and it's just weird, if you may.
That marks the end of today's video. Thank you so much for lending your eyes and ears. I hope that you found today's video informative. Please do not forget to click on that subscription button or light the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any new uploads. Nkosini.